Our favorite struggling indie developer, Bungie.
Bro, what the is you even talking about, bro?
They finally responded to the Iron Banner situation, which some people have been saying, you know, Bungie W Bungie. But guys, come on. A W is not a W if it only exists to counteract an L. This is very applicable to the situation that Bungie is in right now. Like, the Iron Banner situation should not have happened in the first place. And then also with the power grinding, of course. They have made so many improvements over the past week, and there are probably more to come, but I promise you nobody cares. And obviously these changes are good, but why did it take them 2 months? Because as you guys may have seen, they recently did 2 live updates in the past week. Why did they not change these numbers like 3, 4, maybe even 2 weeks into the Edge of Fate?
You got me.
It took them 8 weeks to do this, and now all of a sudden they can live update the game in the middle of the week with just increasing the numbers. Like,
what?
So my question generally is, like, why did they not do this a longer time ago? Like, it's literally too little too late. A lot of people in my comments in my past videos have said they should just make all drops plus 10, which is a crazy amount if you do think about it. But probably even then people would still not care because it's literally way too late now. Generally nobody is giving it attention, at least from what I have seen. Like, these changes took way too long, okay, for the amount of change they did, because it isn't even very big. At this point they need to do more than just double it, which is a crazy statement, but still true. And, you know, I don't know what's going on, but they're trying to damage control, or at least I guess build trust again, which is what DMG said. And I do hope that the people from Bungie, like the developers, realize that from the outside this is literally the 5th time probably that they've said something like this, that they want to rebuild our trust. We have been in this state of the game so many times, and every single time it's worse than the last time, right? But you just keep saying the same thing over and over again. What do you mean you're gonna rebuild our trust? Because this is literally the 5th time I've heard that. I do definitely think that there is some piece of self-reflection that Bungie has to do, or maybe DMG himself personally, but there definitely needs to be self-reflection, because we don't want to hear we want to rebuild our trust with you guys again, blah blah. We have heard it so many times that it literally doesn't even matter. Alright, just real quick, I need like 40 more subs to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you do enjoy not just Destiny but also games like Dying Light or Borderlands, you could like and subscribe to help me out. I genuinely appreciate all of you for watching, man. Thank you. We want to see results, please. No, not even please. We want to see results. We're paying for the stuff. And if I gotta wait 2 months for a power grinding system to be not even perfected, to be improved just a little bit, that is insane, and just no, it doesn't feel right with me. And in my history of gaming, okay, and I'm talking like I'm some sort of unk or something, but I'm 19 years old, guys, so don't worry. But in all of the years of gaming I've done, I have never seen a community hate their game, I guess, company so much more than I've seen with the Bungie and Destiny community. Like, the connection between Bungie and the Destiny 2 players, I have literally seen it go down the drain live. Over all of these years we've just heard so many promises and so little return. Because one thing about Destiny is that it's always gonna be, oh, it's gonna be great in the future, oh, there are a bunch of changes coming in the future. You have to wait so long for this type of stuff, right? And it doesn't feel right to have to wait for a bunch of stuff. For example, I do have a couple of things here. This right here, a new weekly ritual and portal variety, so they're adding weekly stuff back to the portal, or they're adding it to the portal. This is coming in Renegades. We have to wait for that. Also, this one, it doesn't even seem like a big change, but expand build crafting and gear chase. All exotic weapons and armor are featured gear. This is such a small change. I'm pretty sure this only releases in Renegades. And look at this, enhanced legendary weapon tiers in Shadow and Order. That is not before Renegades, that is not in Renegades, that is 3 months or 2 or 3 months after Renegades. This has always been the least favorite part of Destiny as a game for me. Yes, there are good changes coming, but we always have to wait. And I know that does sound weird, but with a game like Destiny, there are just certain stuff that are supposed to be inside of the game. Like, as I said, on my end, obviously it doesn't sound like a lot. I don't know how much work it is for the devs to change these type of things, right? But really, we gotta ask for certain things, which it just sounds weird. Okay, I'm not playing this activity anymore. These things, I forgot that they're kind of glitch right now. But after 8 years, has it been 8 years now? But after 8 years of Destiny 2, okay, and that's only Destiny 2. There's also a Destiny 1, which was 2014 to 2016, so we can say 10 years of Destiny. How is it? No, actually, wait. Almost 11 years of Destiny. Wait, actually, it's already been 11 years. Wow, 11 years of Destiny. And it still feels like we are getting to know each other. We, the Destiny 2 players or Destiny players, are still getting to know Bungie as a community or as a developer team. Actually, it's the other way around. We already know what Bungie does, you know. Maximum maximum money, minimal effort. The new business model for Bungie. And I get that there are a lot of players, a lot of different type of players inside of one game. So there's a lot of different feedback across the spectrum for Bungie to actually process. But that is not my job, so I don't care, okay? After so many years, you have to know your community in some type of way. Like, come on, bro. Like, the changes with the portal, the very first changes were negative. In a looter shooter, they reduced the amount of loot, and I don't care that they reverted that change, that the change was never in the game. They were going to put it in the game. If we didn't say anything, they were gonna reduce the loot in a looter shooter game. I'm gonna repeat that sentence, okay? Reduce the loot in a looter shooter game. And the thing is about Destiny 2, I want to see the game itself succeed, but I cannot say out loud that I want Bungie to succeed, because at this point they are so greedy, man. And I used to be on the side of like, oh, it's not that bad, but bro, it is way worse than just that bad. It is extremely bad. At this point, it is catastrophical, which probably isn't even a word, but I can't put it into words how like, this is exactly what I mean. I can't even speak right now. It is so unfortunate that a game like this has management like that. And now we got the over-delivery guy in charge, which I don't know. He definitely did acknowledge the fact that the over-delivery stuff was dumb, but he said it, like, again, he said it in the first place. Stuff like that you shouldn't be saying in a business perspective. I get what he's saying in terms of business, but Destiny was made for fun with friends. And yes, technically Bungie is a business, but come on guys, Destiny is for fun with friends. Having fun with friends. Why are you bringing freaking business stuff? What do you mean no over delivery? And now that guy is in charge, bro. I think we're cooked, okay? Like, I'm gonna say it again, it is really way too late. Like, it's too little too late. They improved the portal, they improved the amount of tier 5 gear you can get with lower scores. They just did that, but maybe you should have done that when people were complaining about the portal, you know, 2 weeks in, okay? Because you didn't do it 2 weeks in, you did it 8 weeks in, and there's still more improvement to be done. So it's very unfortunate, man. And when I say it's too late for the developers, it's too late for Destiny, I really do mean it. Because if you think about it, a lot of people gave up as soon as Lightfall launched, which I always say this, like, I genuinely believe if Lightfall wasn't so bad, that the final shape, well, it's pretty much a fact. The final shape would have like 10 times the amount of numbers that it had if Lightfall just didn't flop. But again, what about just making a good DLC, Bungie? Like, you've had great examples. Like, they definitely do have it in them to make a great DLC. For example, like Final Shape, I really enjoyed it. And in terms of narrative and story, I enjoyed the Edge of Fate, which definitely was lackluster in other parts, which is very apparent by the, you know, overwhelmingly negative score that it has on Steam right now. But as I've said before, like, Bungie has had so many downtimes at the point where it's not even funny anymore, that even before Lightfall, like, maybe if you're a more recent Destiny 2 player, you may not know this, but before Lightfall, this game already had so many down points. And then Lightfall dropped, which was like the downest of down points ever. There was a state of the game that they released, I think, after Lightfall, and that was labeled the worst state of the game, or the worst piece, the worst gaming article of all time. Not even just state of the game. Like, in terms of all of gaming, this is just considered to be one of the worst things. And one of the recent swaps with all of the nerf that launched, I think, like 3 weeks back or something, 3 to 4 weeks, I don't know, that was being compared to that state of the game, which really speaks volumes about, you know, not only the 12 we just had a couple of weeks ago, but also about the Lightfall state of the game, right? But after Lightfall dropped, like, people were already so done with the game, they just they just dropped the game altogether. And that's the reason why Final Shape literally has, I think it's like 2,000 less concurrent players than the last. What the heck is it called? The Lightfall, there we go. Or I keep stuttering, I can't put my thoughts together because I'm just so... I don't know, man, this Bungie stuff hits me on a personal level. Like, not only do we pay for the stuff, but it almost feels... Not even almost, it literally feels like they're just ignoring us. And that the upper management literally just has the entire Destiny Bungie developer team just in the palm of their hands. Like, the developers can't do anything, it's all just freaking upper management who has the final say. Which is really unfortunate, because there are obviously a lot of passionate people on the Bungie team. Like, for example, the sound guy. I know you guys know who I'm talking about. There's this one guy who in Vidocs always makes these sound effects. Like, you can see that he loves his job. He's really passionate about making the right sounds and stuff. Like, I won't be surprised if that guy gets freaking laid off for having too much passion or something. I don't know. That's just the way Bungie rolls, I guess. But a lot of people dropped the game at Lightfall, and then a lot of people just stopped after the final shape, which was, you know, a natural stopping point for the game, or for the game's Light and Darkness saga, basically the story that has been built over the past 10 years, which is why I will always say Destiny 3 after the final shape was the best decision they could have done, even if they had to take a break for a year. Like 2 years to me is kind of crazy, like 2 years of no Destiny, which I said it out loud, I kind of sound addicted. Like okay, I'm probably addicted, but like I don't play the game as much right now as I did back when the final shape did drop. But let's say they did a 1 year hiatus and then dropped a Destiny 3 after the final shape. That would be perfect. Like a new story, a new saga. I don't know if they could have done the Fate saga, whatever, but they could have just done whatever. And a lot of people say, well, the progress of Destiny 2 is just gonna be brought into, you know, Destiny 3, which I understand where you're coming from, but that's just probably not going to happen. Well, okay, it probably is going to happen, but if they build on a new platform for an actual Destiny 3, like not a story like Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2, like a genuine, just like freaking, I don't know, can anybody name me 2 games that are just completely different but still in the same, I don't know, freaking GTA 4 and GTA 5 or something. I don't know if they have a connection, they probably don't, but like something like that. As long as they don't build on the foundation of Destiny 2, not a lot well, there can be a lot going wrong, but there could be a lot going right if they just play their cards right, because nowhere they're gonna be building a Destiny 3 on a freaking Tiger engine. Like, it has to be at least a very improved a lot version of Tiger engine, or just a new engine altogether, which probably is going to be very hard for a Destiny game. But seriously, all we want is quality for the stuff that we pay for, which is not a lot to ask for. As I said before, they are a business, and guess what a business also does? They provide services, products for money. And when those products and services are not up to quality, guess what? The business is gonna fail. And a lot of people do want to see Bungie fail, which, bro, again, I've never seen a community hate their I guess developer counterpart so much more than I've seen with the actual Destiny community alongside with Bungie. Like, man, it was so weird to see people defending Borderlands 4 for the fact that it had bad performance. Like, it's still a good game, but it just has bad performance, right? I see so many people still defending the game. Like, it feels so weird to see something like that, because I'm so used to just completely hating the developers from what I have seen personally from the you know, Destiny 2 community and the Bungie developers. At the end of the day, it's literally in our benefit if this game is good, if Destiny 2 is a good game, because games are made to be fun. Like, they are made for you to have fun with friends, probably this and that. Like, that is why I hate the business aspect of games, especially in the modern times, because it's all about money. And yes, of course, they need to make money. I'm not gonna say that they need to make 100% of everything free. Well, actually, Warframe does that, because, yeah, okay, they probably should do everything free. But Warframe is in a league of its own, right? Like, everything's free. There's only microtransactions, which are completely optional. So no story content locked behind paywalls or anything. But they probably do make a lot less money than Destiny, of course, which is, you know, understandable, because they don't really have paid DLCs and stuff. But I understand that you know, the gaming industry is also a business, but it is all about fun, bro. Like, when you see developers having fun developing their actual game, for example, bro, Expedition 33, a lot of passionate developers, they didn't even have a very large budget, bro. That game is amazing, except for the optimization, let's be honest. But that game is so great, and you just see the love and passion from the developers. That always translates to a good game. Okay, me personally, I just love to see love and passion from developers or people developing their own product. It just makes you want to support that person or that group of people, right? And that's generally not what I see with Bungie anymore, except for the one sound guy. He is very funny when it comes to Vidocs. But if you want to see my reaction to the Ashen Island drop, which I was very disappointed, like extremely disappointed, and you can see my live reaction in one of my couple other videos. Also, I have another video talking about the Iron Banner armor situation, the portal drops, which is basically what I mentioned in the earlier parts of this video, right? And don't forget, I don't want to be a diversity gamer. I said that in my last video. I mean, like, a diversity a variety gamer, there we go. Wow, I really said diversity gamer. I mean a variety gamer, okay? I want to play a bunch of different games. I do make a bunch of different videos on other games, but most of the times they flop, so it's not really worth the time, right? But generally, only subscribe if you enjoy different games in the same genre, for example, like Borderlands, Warframe, a bunch of story games. Do expect a lot of story games. But with that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, because I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. You guys probably aren't trying to hear that, but I appreciate all of you for watching. The growth since the Edge of Fate, like, funnily enough, it's been so much. This is the most amount of like statistics I have gotten in such a short amount of time. Like in the past 2 months, I have gotten way more performance. Okay, in the past 2 months, I've gotten way more results than I've did in the past 10 months. No, in the past 10 months prior to that. So the Edge of Fate literally launched my channel, like put my channel on the map, I guess. And my ultimate goal was to be a Destiny 2 YouTuber, but I'm not trying to be negative, but I seriously mean this. I don't really see a future with Destiny 2, but I do plan on building my, you know, community up and then seeing from there which people like to see, you know, a bunch of different games, which is why I do try to branch out. But right now I'm being pretty careful, so I'll stick to Destiny 2 while also making a couple of videos on a couple of different games. But really, I appreciate all of you for watching. If you're watching at this point, I love you, man. Comment, pineapple juice, apple juice, I don't know. Comment whatever you like, man. I really appreciate all of you for watching, man.